Hey, so this is just a quick tutorial for Mac users on installing Visual Studio Code. So this is the program we're going to use that makes it a little bit easier to write and also debug the Python code that you'll write in this semester. So once you go to this link that I'll give you, just code.visualstudio.com/download, just click right here where it says download Mac, and it should start over here. Just wait for it to download. Okay, once it's done, you should see in your downloads a zip file. So I just clicked on that once. Let me open it up, and it should come up with something like this. If you've downloaded Visual Studio Code before, like I have, you might see this 2 right there. So the key thing is that you don't want to keep this in your downloads folder. So if you see that it has 2 on there, what you'll want to check really quick is just go over to applications. And if you're organized by the name of it, I'm in this view. You might be in this view. You can keep it like that. I just think that's ugly, so I always choose this one. So I'm going to jump down to the V's. So I already have Visual Studio Code installed, so I'm not really going to drag this over, but what you should do probably in your case is where your downloads are, you're going to want to drag it over to your applications. Please make sure you do this. If you don't do this, it just causes problems eventually. It'll look like it's working, but it causes problems when you install other stuff to it. So just please make sure you do that. I'm not going to do this just because I already have it installed over here and I don't want to mess up my installation. So I'm just going to let go of that. And then you should only have one Visual Studio Code in this folder. If you happen to have other Visual Studio Codes in here, like if you were to sort this, if you happen to see any other Visual Studio Codes and you already put one in your applications folder, just go ahead and I'm going to delete these and move them to trash because you don't need any other extra installations in there. So once you've done that, then you can actually just come over to applications and double click Visual Studio Code. Or another trick you can do is if you hold the command key on your keyboard and then push, while you're holding the command key, push space. It'll pop open with this, and you can type out Visual Studio Code and just push enter and open it up. Or sometimes you might see a magnifying glass in the top right corner. I don't on my screen, but you might see that. You can click that and this will open as well, and you'll be able to install Visual Studio Code. So when you do that, I already have one open, so I'm just going to pop it open here. You should see a screen like this, and before I do anything else, I'm going to hold the command key again and push the plus key. That just makes my screen bigger. You can make it bigger or smaller, do whatever you think looks good on your own computer. So I'm going to do this. You're probably going to see a screen like this. We are not going to be using the AI features, and for your tests in this class, AI is considered cheating. It's also just bad for learning when you're a very beginner to have it fill out stuff for you. So do not click that. If you want, you can choose to a different theme. I found that most students seem to like when I use dark modern. Light modern looks great too as well. Or if you're someone that likes high contrast stuff, you can use these. I personally don't like how these look, but go for it if you want. And if you want, you can watch some video tutorials. I'm not going to cover that right now, but we can just do that. Mark it as done, and you should now see a screen like this. So first, before we do anything else, I'm going to have you guys go down to the settings little bar right here. I'm going to click on settings right here. And I want you to search for disable. And then once you type in disable, this top thing right here should be disable AI features. Just click that. That's just going to simplify you following along with me in class because I have this as well. If you on your own want to re-enable it later on, that's your prerogative. Feel free to do so. But again, using AI on tests will be considered cheating. So I highly recommend you do this. I'm just going to exit out of here again. Then to get started, you also need to install a few extensions. So if you click here, So extensions are just things you can install that make VS Code run better and have more features. So the first thing, it's actually already displayed right below there, but you can type Python and just install this Python extension. So click install. Might take a second. Okay, so once you have that installed, like if I exit out of here, it actually automatically installs a few other ones for you. And that's great. That's what you want it to do, actually. We're also going to install a few other things in here. We're going to do Excel Viewer. So this one right here, just install that. We're going to do SQLite Viewer. So it looks like this. You're going to install that. Okay, you need to also install Jupyter with a Y in there. So install Jupyter. Okay. You also are going to want to install LiveShare. Okay. So with that, once you have all this stuff installed, if you're looking just at your installed section right here, should look like this now. Notice when you install one thing like Jupyter, it often installs other things. That's how it should be. And that should be all you need to install for the whole class. So there you have it. If you ever want to install other extras, feel free. You just click this extensions. And then in class, we'll go over just how to use the rest of this. We're going to be opening up folders and then creating files and writing code in those files. So, all right. Hopefully that gets you a good start there. And we'll end there. See you in class.